So we get some Rob Saleh news yesterday. Everybody's got COVID, obviously.
Have you had
it
once or twice?
I had it one time. Yeah. So I had it back it was early November. So I'm like, perfect now. I'm like, this is great. I got COVID before Thanksgiving. I got it before Christmas. I got natural immunity now. And I'm double vaxxed. Like, come on, Omicron, come at me. So I feel pretty good about that. But you can't get cocky, as we know. But everybody in the NFL and the NBA, it feels like, has COVID. Now you got Rob Saleh in this Jets season with just another bump in the road. I know you're a diehard Jets fan. And by the way, we've got a special Jets guest.
Who's that?
Who's going to be joining us at 8 a.m. I am going to just tease it as a special
do I know
Jets.
him?
Yes, you do.
All right.
Yes, you do.
I can't wait.
At 8 a.m., and that's going to be a lot of fun. But,
nice.
I want to talk to you about this team and where they are now because – I wanted to see one thing and one thing only from the Jets this year, and that was excitement from the quarterback position. That was it.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't care if Rob Saleh was the worst clock management coach in the history of the world.
Yeah, which, by the way, he's not.
No, he's not.
I mean,
he's
we
okay.
can say that he is, but he's not.
Right, he's okay.
He's all right.
I didn't care if Matt LaFleur was in over his head. I didn't care about any. I didn't care if the defense was terrible. I needed to see one freaking thing from the Jets. Dude. And I haven't seen it the entire year, and it feels like this season to me now has been wasted.
Okay, wasted strong. Yeah. The guy hurt his knee. Mm-hmm. He's got no weapons, and for some reason, the first month of the season, the OC was on the field.
Yeah.
You notice when he went upstairs, guys started playing better? I think it's too. Listen, I know we're in the business here of coming out and giving definitive hot takes, or not hot, but assertive, thoughts that people want to latch onto, and really with no flexibility.
Sure.
But there's got to be flexibility. I think the week-to-week analysis of Zach Wilson, if you're fair, it should be a little different than it was a month ago. He's not throwing the ball to the other team. I mean, I'm not saying that that's what, that's what we get all jacked up over, but it's a start. So I hear you. Where are the wow throws? Where are the 315-yard days with three? I get it. I get that. But I am going to just watch the next couple games, see if this continues, throw it to the guys in green.
Yeah.
Don't get hurt. Beat the Jaguars, and just, week by week, man.
No, I know that Mike White
was a rookie.
Yeah, I know. And I know
not a lot of talent around them.
Right, exactly. And Trevor Lawrence's season has been brutal. It's sort of a similar situation.
Yes.
So it's not as if there's another Justin Herbert rookie who's out there this year who is killing it. So at least there's that. But I know Mike White was terrible against the Bills. I happened to go to that game and saw that in person, and that was awful. But the problem that I have is, when Joe Flacco was in there and then Mike White for a game and then a drive after that, I mean, the offense looked totally different.
I know it did.
Totally
it's disconcerting.
Different. Right.
That gives you pause, doesn't it?
Right, exactly.
No, I can't disagree with that.
Confidence
Even
from
with
this
Flacco,
kid.
it looked pretty good.
Right, I know. So you feel like maybe the offense and Mike LaFleur, they know what they're doing, and then he's the one holding them back.
With that.
And the fact that they brought his personal quarterback coach in,
I know.
And then to have him babysit him, I'm thinking, maybe he shouldn't even be playing. I mean, that's the concern that I have. So, we're going to make this assumption that, next year he's going to take this leap, and him taking the lumps in this season is going to be something that's going to serve him well.
Yeah.
But didn't we just say about Sam Darnold that the Jets ruined him?
Mm-hmm.
Is that same thing happening right now?
No. Well, I don't think. Number one, I think that Zach's more talented than Sam.
Yeah.
Just watch, and I'll leave like I do this with Tiki. I'll leave the schematics to Tiki, diagnosing, covered, whatever. And I will also leave the mechanical delivery to guys like Boomer who played.
Right.
But you don't have to be Boomer to know that when you watch Zach Wilson and Sam Darnold, that throwing the ball comes a little more naturally to Zach Wilson.
Sure.
It just does. It comes out with more zip. If you remember, Darnold it was just like elongated, like he had to hitch it down. It just wasn't, Zach, bang, it fired like a dart.
Sure.
So from that point of view, it's different. He's a better athlete, even though Darnold's a good athlete. But I look at Zach Wilson, I say, this kid could have melted. He could have melted a month ago. Everybody was on him. You know, they'd have a lot around them. I get it. I get it. Listen, Gio, I don't know what you want me to say.
Yeah.
We could sit here for the next 3.5 hours and diagnose what's up with it. The numbers
Sure.
suck. The record sucks. You know, I mean, I understand that it's getting really old just punting and saying, all right, well, next year, if you do this and you do that, and you bring in this guy and you draft that guy, and this guy's healthy, both Jets and Giant fans are tired of having to take that approach. I get it. But all I'll say, without a bold declaration, because at the end of the day, nobody really knows.
Sure.
I believe in Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
I believe in him. I believe in his resilience. I believe in his arm talent. I believe in his... I was going to say something that I know will be a drop for the next 10 years. I'm not even going to say it. But I think he's got some stones, put it that way. He's got stones. Seems to be a little unflappable.
See, that's what I thought prior to the season. That's what I got from his personality before I saw him play. And then when I saw him play, I'm thinking to myself, where is the confidence in this guy? I mean, especially with these short throws where he's throwing a ball into the ground.
That's
all mental.
That's terrifying.
Right. So to me, a guy who's got confidence, that doesn't happen to him.
Okay, but if the last game, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
So if he was meant, and I know you're not saying he's mentally weak, but if he was predisposed to maybe choke on the New York stage, that would have been amplified because we were talking about that. I mean, we were talking about it nationally. I can only imagine what you guys were dissecting daily when that guy couldn't throw a 3-yard screen pass without a worm burner happening.
Right.
So for him to correct that, in the middle of the season, with the questions and the concerns growing, to me, is a pretty good look into his soul in terms of, his viability, what he hopefully ultimately represents. And listen, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm all in, all the chips. I mean, 37 touchdowns and 4 picks and an AFC. No one's doing that.
Yeah.
What I will say is I can't definitively say that they drafted the wrong guy. I wish I could say more.
No, I know.
I know it's not going to fire you up.
No, I understand.
But it is what it is.
No, I know, and I can't say that either at this point.
Has anybody? What's Boomer say?
I think Boomer's worried. I mean, I don't think that anybody who can watch what they've seen so far from Zach Wilson can be positive about it with any sort of real leg to stand on because, I mean, what we've seen has been brutal. It's been a really bad season. So Boomer has basically said he's had an awful season, but... you just hope that next year is different because you got to remember, all these guys, so they didn't have a veteran presence at quarterback. Tragically, they lost Greg Knapp on the coaching staff before the season started.
Yep.
Mike LaFleur is a first-time offensive coordinator. Rob Saleh is a first-time head coach. I mean, these guys were going in here completely unprepared for this season, and we saw it bear out.
Yeah.
So you can only hope that this destruction that they have gone through, and some of these games have just been just disgusting.
There was a stretch where I was betting against the Jets. I'll just tell you right now.
No, of course. I mean
I was betting against the Jets.
Yeah, man.
You're going to make some money?
You know what is funny? I was about to. So the one of the games that I really liked the Jets' opponent was that Saints game, and I told this story on the air. So Sal Licata was doing middays for a while, and he lives near me on Long Island. So I'm like, let's go and get some beers. Let's watch the Jets on a Sunday. So he goes to me, he goes, what do you love today? And I'm like, listen, my picks have been so bad. It's like, don't even go with anything that I'm going to ride whatever you pick today.
Okay.
So he goes to me, I love the Jets against the Saints.
Yeah, I bet the Jets that day.
Oh, you did?
I did.
What?
I did.
Oh, God, it was miserable.
I did.
It was absolutely miserable.
It was a rough one.
Yeah, and then I actually bet the Dolphins the next week, and the Jets ended up, they covered.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
You talking about the last Jets game?
Yeah, right, against the Dolphins.
I took them there. They were getting 10 points, 10 and a half. I took them there as well.
Right.
I've actually won more with the Jets this year than I've lost money.
Yeah.
And listen, I mean, Gio, I'm of the mindset, and, maybe because I'm coming from the national side, and so it's a little bit fresher on my mind because, you talk about these things doing the national show, which, by the way, get boring after a while, but you talk about them anyway.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, everybody, I believe this, and maybe just I'm a little inherently optimistic. Every fan base eventually has a pretty good day. The Cardinals. Think about some of the downtrodden teams when we were growing up, right?
Yeah.
I'm a little bit older, but still, the Cardinals, awful.
Right.
The Browns, doormat. Last year, they hang 28 on the Steelers in a playoff game. They exercise demons. If they didn't get COVID, who knows what they do this year. They got the other night, they lose by a 3 spot at the Horn, so that's a tough one. But the Browns are obviously coming. The Rays got to the World Series back in 2008. Like, even the Warriors became a dynasty when Oakland was some remote outpost that nobody ever watched and nobody wanted to go to. So I get it. We sit here, and we've sat here for a long time, and it's been bad football. It's been disgusting. Honestly, it's been repulsive football from both sides of the spectrum for the Jets and the Giants. It's been unacceptable football. Joe Douglas's draft last year was now the one before was horrendous. But last year, you popped on Carter, you popped on Elijah Moore, and you popped on Vera Tucker.
Right.
You got a guy on the left side, you got a running back, and you got a wide receiver. That's 3 picks right there.
Yeah.
You got 2 picks in the top 10. You got $50 million free agent money. There's hope.
Yeah,
There's hope.
You could still also look at it, too. Right. That is glass half full. You can look at it. Zach Wilson, miserable year. Mekhi Becton has disappeared.
How does this guy not get healthy,
I have no idea.
He gets hurt week 1. I'm thinking he's going to be back in week 5. He's not back.
That's what everybody said.
That's terrible.
I know. Well, he's out of shape. He's not rehabbing properly. I mean, this has been a story that nobody's talked about.
I know.
With him. And then Denzel Mims seems to be a total bust.
How about that one?
Yeah, so those are, if you want to make a case against Joe Douglas, that's what you do. In the case for Joe Douglas, you just did.
Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the red bell so you're notified when we have new content.